We talked about a dry January. How about a vegan January? The head of the Veganuary campaign. Did I say that right?
Veganuary.
Veganuary, maybe?
Why is it Veganuary?
Because
January.
But vegan.
Yeah.
Vegan is the base of the word.
But Veganuary. January.
Nah, I'm going with Veganuary.
Really?
You can say it however you want.
Vegans, correct me. DM us. Is it Veganuary or Veganuary? Anyways, I'm going to stick with the Veganuary campaign, which encourages people to avoid meat and dairy through January. Says 14,000 took the pledge on Sunday alone. That's a rate of one person every 6 seconds if you're a math guy. Organizers say the campaign's numbers have more than doubled every year since it launched. More than 250,000 people around the world have signed up so far. Veganism, as you know, it's experiencing a big surge in popularity as plant-based diet options are becoming cheaper and easier to find.
Okay. Let me be the skunk at the garden party, though.
Sure.
I think, I'm pretty sure you're still going to get more people signing up for Porktober or Beefcember.
Oh.
And that we know how to pronounce. That's easy.
It is the year of the pig, not the year of the potato. It's not the year of parsley or the year of the parsnip. It is the year of the pig.
Porktober? I like
Porktober.
that. And that works with so many months. Porktember, Porktober, Pork April. No, that one doesn't work. April doesn't work. Porkpril?
No, but see, like you said, there's no fancy way of saying that. That's just, it's your meat and potatoes, if you will. But whereas Veganuary, it sounds so fancy, right? You can tell your friends, like, for January, I'm into Veganuary.
I would sooner do a dry January than a Veganuary or Veganuary. I don't know. It's a stretch
no
for
meats,
me.
that's a
I
lot
like to eat
to give up
healthy,
all at
but
once,
vegan is tough for me. Like eggs. I'm sorry, eggs are a staple. I eat them every day. I'm never giving those up. And they're good for you.
They are very good for you.
And I'm a vegetarian, and so for me, it's not that hard to, move into the vegan world, but I have tried it. I find it very difficult as well.
Yeah.
But if it's just 1 month, I think that's the way people look at it. And the options now, there are so many options. Used to be a time where you couldn't find anything. Now you can get vegan fast foods. You get like the comfort food as well. So it's not just veggies and really healthy stuff. It's some of it's not good for you either.
Well, so what do you give? Sorry to interrupt. What are you giving up as a vegetarian to go vegan?
Yeah.
Primarily.
Eggs and cheese.
And cheese.
Yeah, dairy.
Dairy. Great.
Those are two good things.
Yeah.
Eggs and cheese.
It's true.
I could go vegetarian, I think, if I had to. Probably through like some meal delivery service, because I wouldn't know what to make. But vegan's hard. Vegan's a stretch.
It's very hard. I do. I love my eggs. I'm not a dairy drinker, but I like butter. So it's like, I love butter and cheese, right? So it's hard to figure out,
Although people do say when they try it, I mean, not that they're going to do it permanently, but when they try it for like a month or whatever, that they feel good. There's actually a different feeling. You don't have that bloated feeling, all the other things that come with eating all the other stuff. So maybe worth a try.
Tom Brady's vegan, and he's greatest quarterback of all time.
41.
And has a super model wife, so.
41, he looks like he's 21.
If that's what's dangling at the end of the rope, I'll go vegan.
I bet you he says Veganuary.
Let's ask Tom Brady.
They gotta love working on live television, right? Because we know here at CP24 we're live all day, and some people don't know that about us. They think sometimes we're taped. We're not. We're live all day, and as a result, we are prone to maybe sometimes saying or doing something dumb and it ending up on YouTube.
Of course,
right? That's always the fear. Well, Ryan Seacrest, his dance moves are getting attention for all the wrong reasons. Take a look. Video of the TV host attempting to floss during coverage of the live New Year's Eve celebration from Times Square. Going viral. Does he know that he's not doing it right? Or does he think he looks like the people who are actually flossing?
I watch his show with Kelly Ripa, and they've alluded to this before, how, quote unquote, older people can't floss. And I think they had one guest who came on and crushed it. David Boreanaz came on and crushed it on the show, and they were talking about how people over a certain age should not or cannot be flossing.
Right.
And maybe
Clearly.
he was playing off that. I mean, he's really animated.
Yeah, but I think I feel like in his head, he's like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. But then the arms are not matching what's
the hips?
happening, at the same time.
Two observations.
Okay.
One, I will say in his defense, flossing, and I've attempted this at home in front of the mirror, flossing is actually way harder than it looks.
It is hard.
If you haven't tried it, before you criticize Seacrest or someone else who has butchered the floss, actually try it. It's not that easy to coordinate. And the second observation is that Bill had a similar moment in our show.
Funny you mention it.
Yeah.
I pulled it up. Here we go.
Of course,
yes,
of course you did.
Of course I did, because, Bill decided he was going to learn from Mika.
See, Mika makes it look easy.
I know, she makes it look good. But then Bill I think he got like started to do the thrusting thing rather than a,
Bill
he's
was
going forward.
He's actually turning his hips, which you're not supposed to do.
Yeah. So he's gotten better. He has gotten better. Then this just made me think of, bad dancing in general. And so back to Ryan Seacrest on his show, actually tried to do the Kiki challenge.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Did that
and
go
that
well?
also didn't go so well. As you can see here, it's okay. It's not
It's better than
horrible.
It's better than his flossing.
Yeah, it's true. But he practiced this one, clearly. Yeah.
See, it's these are the reasons, Pooja, and I get this question because I'm on social media. These are the reasons I don't do Dance Party Friday. It's for this, because I move like Seacrest, so this is why I do not do
That is
Dance
not
Party
true.
Friday.
You have rhythm. I've seen you.
No, only
Yeah.
not during a dry month. I don't.
Not in January.
Not in January.
We'll try you again in February.
Hit me up in February.
Yeah.
Budget hotel chain Travelodge has released a list of some of the most unusual items left behind in its locations across the UK last year. You ready for this? Among the items were a chest full of semi-precious stones, a 5-foot-tall teddy bear made of sweet and savory popcorn. What? That's like a feast for ants, isn't it?
Yeah.
A life-size scarecrow. How do you smuggle that in?
That's make up your own jokes there.
More importantly, where are you going with that?
Yeah.
Did you build it in the room? The chain says a number of people also forgot their pets. Come on.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, this is offside, including a
Unacceptable.
blue-eyed cockatoo named Brexit. And-
so that's fairly recent, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
Does that say something about how they feel about Brexit?
unless
It's a political
it was,
statement. Could
Yes,
be.
maybe.
3 fish called Kim, Courtney, and Chloe.
Come on, you like that one. You watch the
George
Kardashians.
Clooney.
Yeah.
You like to
How
keep
did they
up
know
with
that?
them.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Despite these rare finds, Travelodge says the most common items left behind were, any guesses?
Toiletries?
Yes?
That's one of them? Oh, okay.
Phone charger,
Yes? Did you guys read this?
maybe.
And tablets.
I read ahead a little
Ruined
bit.
everything.
No, but I've done that too,
Phone
right?
chargers,
same.
tablets, and toiletries.
So I guess, those are bizarro items. I don't know how you forget a cockatoo. I don't know how you forget you even have
Yeah,
one.
they talk, don't they?
Yeah.
So, hello?
They do.
Please take me along.
Yeah, but with that said, we've all done it, right? We've left
Yep.
stuff behind in
Yeah.
hotels. Can you think of anything that you may
yeah.
have done?
I left a really good shaving kit with like really good stuff in it in a hotel, this little boutique hotel in Paris when I used to travel back in the day with Much Music. And I was devastated when I got home, but they sent it back.
They did?
I didn't even
No
have
way.
to ask.
Really?
They sent it back to this building. And I got
Amazing.
it back. I know. Thank you.
Oh, that's so great.
Those
I
people I
remember
still think-
shortly after I got married to my husband, Paul, he went on a boys' trip. And on his way to the airport, looked
Boys'
down.
trip? Sorry,
Boys'
you
trip.
gotta say that when you say
Yeah.
boys' trip. Boys' trip.
Right. He was doing that
Yeah.
until the way home to the airport, and he looked down, and his wedding ring wasn't on his finger.
Squeeze me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And we just got married, so that's not a good look if you were to come
I've
home
never
without.
heard this story.
Yeah, so it turns out he put it in the safe, and I guess it kind of fell to the side. Where like there's like usually a little like sort
Yeah,
of carpet
felt
thing.
Yeah,
thing.
it's like a
Yeah.
felty pad.
It fell to the side, so
Oh,
he just
man.
didn't see it when he left. So he like called his buddies. He's like, "I'm getting on a plane. I left my wedding
He
ring."
realized at the airport.
At
the
least he
airport.
knew where it was. It's not like
Yes.
he knew I could see it there.
But try getting into somebody's safe after you've left a room. Like you try to explain that to the hotel concierge, they're like,
That's
and then
a
no,
tough one.
we're not letting you in the safe. That's not how it works. Whatever. But anyway, in the end, they
Wow.
did get
Oh,
it.
man.
So, yeah.
Man.
I get nervous just hearing that story.
Imagine
anxious.
Imagine like the feeling at the airport when he realizes like, oh my gosh, my wedding ring. I'm going back to my brand new wife.
Yeah.
Don't have my wedding ring.
Oh.
Speaking of stuff left in safes, that just jogged my memory on a story. I forget where I was. It was a trip last year. I was, Oh yeah, I was in Barbados. And we were on the way from our Airbnb or the hotel, back to the airport, and I realized it was like an hour drive. I realized halfway through the drive, I left my passport in the safe.
What?
Yeah.
Not the
Come on.
passport.
So-
Wedding rings and passports. What's going
The
on
most
here?
important stuff, right? So I called the hotel and they did have my name registered to the room, and I said, look, I just left. I left my passport in there. Can you leave it at the front desk? And I had to basically hire a driver to go back to
wow.
pick it up,
Ay, ay,
and they did it, and he picked it up.
Something happens on that drive to the airport where
Yep.
suddenly you're like,
Yeah.
I forgot. But it happens. Why doesn't
Thankfully-
it happen when you're in the room?
Thankfully, yeah, I know, right? Thankfully, it didn't happen at the airport when they're asking for the passport. It just hit me. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, once when I was traveling with Much Music again to New York for very important interviews that started the moment I landed, I was at the airport unloading gear with my producer and co-host when I realized I forgot the camera.
Oh!
And I could see it visually, the beta cam sitting on a shelf in this building. I paid the cabbie a lot of money, said, you just take me right back there. And my friends held the plane. I get anxious.
You kind of need a camera to do your job.
You kind of need to get, no time to rent one in Manhattan. I needed the camera.
A new survey has found that people take an average of 4 days to fully adjust to returning to work after the holidays. This survey, conducted by UK animal charity Spana, found 44% of people believe they suffer from the January blues. 52% say that during the early part of the month they would physically be at work, but their mind would just be somewhere else. Around 25% of people say they don't look forward to work after the holidays because they think all their colleagues will be miserable.
So that explains why every time I look over at George, I feel like he's thinking about cake, right? Because your mind's somewhere else.
And steak.
Yeah, and
mostly
steak.
cake.
Yeah.
Messed up my sleep, though. I was just telling you guys a few minutes ago. Then, because when I have been off on the Christmas, Boxing, and New Year's Day, I didn't do my naps. So I just got all my sleep at once, which I never do. I usually break it up. Twice during the holidays, including last night. If it wasn't for my wife, Mary, I wouldn't be here right now because I would have slept. She woke me up an hour after my alarm goes off this morning. And when she woke me, so I slept through 2 alarms, shut them both off. And I guess she thought I was already up. When I woke up this morning and she woke me up, I had 1 foot on the floor. What? I had obviously was prepared to I was 1 foot on off the bed on the floor, and I was all decovered, and I was ready to get up, but something just put me back into REM. Crazy.
Mary, listen, Good Samaritan for waking George up. Next time that happens, Mary, before you wake George up, take a picture of that, please, and send it to us, and then wake him up.
Oh man, the panic, because I had no idea what time it was when she got me up. I thought it was like 7 o'clock.
And for anybody who went back to work, on Wednesday, it being in the middle of the week also sort of messes you up too, right? Yeah. So it doesn't feel like it's a real week that you're back. You're not really into the swing of things. So everybody's basically walking around like a zombie. I guess that's what the lesson is here.
Nobody instinctively knows what day it is. You have to pause and sort of think for a second, check your watch, check the screen to figure out what day it is. Because today feels like Tuesday, yesterday was Monday, but it's not.
Yeah,
everything's messed up.
Feels like Wednesday for me.
Diet, exercise. Do I start now? Do I not start now? What am I doing? I don't know. What day is it?
I think by Monday everything will feel normal, right?
Yeah,
it'll be our first full week of the year. Like
4 days have gone by.
Are back
kids,
at school,
kids are back to school. It'll be like a semblance of routine.
We have to bring you one of these in 2019. It appears extremely large backpacks. It's the first fashion faux pas of 2019. Take a look at this. The bags are sold by Plywood in Japan.
Oh my God,
Can you believe
this is not real.
So it's 100 centimeters tall. They weigh about 3.5 pounds when they're completely empty. They go from the wearer's shoulders to their ankles and cost about $330 Canadian. The bags have already sold out in Japan. Yes, they've sold out, but they will be restocked according to Plywood's website. So fear not, Gurdeep. If you didn't get this for Christmas, now you can put it on your list for maybe a birthday.
As often happens when you bring me these stories at 8 o'clock, 2 observations.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. 1, my back is hurting just looking at this. Back issues.
Yes.
And 2, how much homework are they getting in Japan?
Right? Because right away I think, what are you even going to fill in this backpack? What are you taking your whole condo with you? Your whole 277 square feet?
Yeah, I was going to say that's the whole condo in the backpack. That is bananas.
Yeah, I mean, I can see there's one picture there where somebody's leaning on it, so I can see how maybe to be able to take a nap.
Doubles as a beanie chair.
Yeah,
I guess.
But what about backpacking somewhere on a trip? Like you can't take this on a plane.
Like you've seen the backpacks like backpackers use, right?
Yeah.
They're like long and narrow, and there's many compartments. And this is just like an overgrown backpack. I feel like this is maybe a joke.
You think so? They're sold out. People are buying them. You can fit a small child in. I'm not recommending you do, but
no,
you can.
Definitely, you could fit a small adults probably in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea.
I agree. This is just asking for some issues. One of our producers, Chris Fisher, said this reminded him of a Kanye video. You may remember, because it would be suited only for Kanye. Only Kanye could get away with it.
Oh, there we go.
This is his "I Love It" video, and
right.
you know,
it's the kind of eccentric piece of accessory that he would wear.
Yes, with his slides.